Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, and suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You've just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
27-yard line.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Operating from the gun, Murray. Campbell making the catch. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. From the gun, Murray escaping the pressure right. Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the 3rd time. Picked off by Super Bowl 49 hero Malcolm Butler. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more.
Over 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Derrick Henry. And not much running room. Down to the 32. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
2nd and 7.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now it's Tannehill. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
11-yard line.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now Tannehill into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 8-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. They'll keep it on the ground again here. He'll be upended at the 18. That's a very helpful pickup of 9 after the play began at the 9.
First half.
So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Rodrigo Blankenship to kick off.
The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway. Now this will make it into the end zone.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Give them a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 26-yard line.
Here's Tannehill. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
They keep it with Henry on first down. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
12 at the 38-yard line.
On 2nd and 12, Tannehill. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw, Tannehill. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Rocky Sin. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. But pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now Taylor. And he's brought down. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Paris Campbell with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Colts use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. The PAT good. It would draw them closer, but hold on just a second. A flag is down on the field. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll look to throw right away. Out to the right to Humphries. And they work this well upfield across the 35. A good pickup there, a 22.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now Tannehill. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
59 mark, check, 59. 6 man. Check curls.
Play action, it's Tannehill. That's the tight end, Jesper Horsted. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Mike, check.
To throw is Tannehill. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. They've done a good job on these receivers, pretty much held them in check. They're a little too close for comfort.
And you're always looking for a play to get you going, right? You're looking for someone to make one. But maybe this penalty, this pass interference call, that can help shake them loose.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and goal.
At the 4-yard line.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. They'll give Henry another shot. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Titans are able to extend their lead.
For the extra point.
They were able to push him backwards on 1st down, but this time he forces his way in.
I wonder if he went back to the huddle and said, guys, just a little bit more help, and I can get it done on this one. Maybe even overruled the play call from the sideline, just feeling like he had that opportunity, and he wanted to cash it in.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down, and you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
Still all sorts of time left in this game, and you'd like to be able to say take it one play at a time. But the truth is, they're probably going to have to hit on a few big plays in the passing game to close this gap, and that's a good start right there.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And he's taken down inside the 30. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Up 2nd and 11 at the 29-yard line.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Taylor. A strong running. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Taken down.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
I'm going back to you. I'm going back to you.
And now Murray's going to set up to throw. Rolling to his right. And it's caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Paris Campbell with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Colts have got it back to a 1-score game. He's got it, and it's 24-17.
Makes the score Titans 24, Colts 17. Rodrigo Blankenship.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. This will make it into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. They'll try and get the run game going. This is Henry. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Tannehill. And he'll get this underneath to Henry. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your open space. The linebacker run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
65, right. 65. Check it back. Check nickel.
Tannehill on 3rd down. On on the screen, this is Evans. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Well, that's one way to convert on third down, picking up 26 yards.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
He's coming. Double up. Hey. He's coming. Double up. Rush in. Rush in. Rush in.
A first down carry for Henry. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Here we go.
2nd and 11 now.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Block. Mike 35.
A shotgun snap for Tannehill. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third. Down
and 11.
Here's Tannehill. And that will be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will pin him back deep. That's going to kick out of bounds right at about the 7-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, then their defense forces that last punt. And now a chance to tie the game on this possession. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
The tackle.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They go to the ground again with Taylor. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
The Colts on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
But sometimes, Brandon, it's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big third down conversion. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That good for 19 and a first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. It's Taylor. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Murray. They'll find Hines out of the backfield. That catch good for only a couple.
Hines out of bounds at the 33-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. They run with Taylor. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor becoming just the 2nd player with 30 touchdowns in a single year. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th.
24-24.
Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. Fielded near the back of the end zone.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. They will find Davis. That's complete. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
At the 30-yard line.
Here's Tannehill. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports.
You got time right there. Say.
So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And fights him off. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Tannehill now to throw. Man open left side is Brown. The 20. 10. Touchdown, Titans. A.J. Brown with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Titans are going to take the lead.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking, there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now, on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
Made at the 25-yard line. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, and they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Taylor. And he will finally be taken down at the Titans' 23-yard line. A huge play that time for the Colts. 44 yards.
44 yards on the play. And a Colts 1st down.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. Clock's under a minute. Still plenty of time, partner. They have all 3 timeouts.
That means they have plenty of options in their play calling and where they target on the field. They can throw it downfield, maybe even in the middle, and use their timeouts.
2nd down and 4. The give to Taylor. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
Sometimes I need a check, not the sneakers, but the ones that make you watch your step. You change name, how about your respect? Give them more than when I get expecting at the back. In fact, I sat down with my accountant and said I got good news and I got bad news. I said, what's the good news? He said, the good news is you made a lot.
An extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. Now Murray. They'll roll him out right. This is caught. And the Colts are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll look to run with Taylor, and yes, he's into the end zone, so they get the late score they needed, and now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. Fielded near the back of the end zone.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. Four quarters not enough. We're all even, and to overtime we go.
How much fun is this for everyone who's watching the game? How much fun is it for us to see this one get an extra period to get settled?
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. Back to the air, Tannehill on second down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, Tannehill. Henry's got it out on the left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards there and a first down. And you definitely could make the case we might not even be in overtime had he not thrown 3 interceptions in regulation. But looking better here so far in OT.
Yeah, and when you think about what a coach is thinking at that point, because normally you've thrown 3 picks during the game, you might craft your play call to be a little more careful. Not in this case. The green light still on for him.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Brandon, that's a huge completion there. That puts them in field goal range, but let's face it, they don't want 3 here. They want 6. With these overtime rules, a touchdown finishes it off.
Yeah, looking to win it right away. Good to know, though, that they have 3 in their back pocket if they need it. Tannehill on first down. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Tannehill throwing again. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And he'll bring it all the way back back just a yard or two shy of midfield. A costly mistake here at OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure of the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2. They run once more with Taylor. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
That's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Again, it's Taylor. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. That'll net 7 yards on the ground, but it'll leave him with a healthy distance still to go on 3rd down.
Gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. Murray with a 3rd and long. Being chased out left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. This is caught inside the 15. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Offense just continues to reign supreme. Big plays, both sides, back and forth. Tough to keep track of.
It certainly is, and I'm over here just marveling at what I'm seeing. It's tough for you, though. You've got to call all these big plays and have all this emotion each time they go at each other.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run with Taylor. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Taylor, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Sometimes I need a check, not
Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. Every eye in the stadium fixated on Rodrigo Blankenship. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. Every eye in the stadium fixated on Rodrigo Blankenship. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. We thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance that field goal is from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job in order to give him one last chance to put a foot to it.
So for Indianapolis, it's a 10th win on the year as they move to 10-3. And they'll return home next week to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, it's going to all but eliminate them from the playoff picture as they fall to 5-8. And they'll get a home date next week against the Kansas City Chiefs. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.